just to let you all know that the head of customer accounts at Shopify is tweeting out that it's going to be a big year and legacy customer accounts might be going away.
Helium's Hot Air Show.
We have Patrick Milligan from Shopify. He's in charge of the customer accounts. He's a big
Patrick
deal.
is, I
Hi,
believe,
Patrick, if you're watching.
His
doing a great
official
job.
title is the product manager for customer accounts at Shopify.
Yeah, just had a baby, adorable. He tweeted out, big year for new customer accounts becoming the only customer accounts. LFG, lots of O's with the rocket ship emoji. Very excited about legacy customer accounts coming to a close. Brett Shelley, can you give us a 2-minute crash course on the difference between new customer accounts and legacy customer accounts?
Yeah, that's probably a good place to start. We'll just do the quick breakdown. So if you're not familiar, Shopify, it's been a couple years now, but they launched a system called new customer accounts, which has since turned into just regular customer accounts, just customer accounts.
They've changed the names.
The naming is confusing. We have customer accounts and legacy customer accounts, formerly known as classic customer accounts. It's hard to keep track of, but customer accounts is the new system. If you're on Shopify, you've probably seen it. The user, the customer goes and they just enter their email to sign up for an account. They get a code in their email and they're logged in. That's great. Legacy customer accounts or classic is like the old traditional system where the customer signs up with their email and a password. Yeah, they just sign in like that.
They create their password. Is
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They set a password and they log in with the email and password as opposed to using the emailed one-time passcode to log in. So that's kind of the biggest difference. Legacy customer accounts, as evidenced by the name that they've given it, is something we expect will go away at some point. There hasn't been a lot of information, so we're kind of driving blind here a little bit. It is interesting because right now we're seeing a lot more shops trying to get onto the customer accounts, the new version, because what Shopify is doing is they're releasing new features that are only compatible with this new customer accounts option. The problem, though, is that there's some functional differences and there's still some gaps. Biggest gap we're seeing right now is the customization of the new customer accounts. New customer accounts pages are hosted by Shopify. They're separate from your store. They're separate from your theme, and you have limited customization. The legacy customer accounts, they're built directly into your theme. You can customize it as much as you want. You have direct access to the code. You can go in there. You can do basically whatever you want. You are in complete control over it.
There are some really great examples of that. The InkyList.com, they have a great customer account thing that they're using legacy, and they've dressed that thing up.
So that is, I think, probably the biggest gap right now that we're seeing people struggle with. And then, so to kind of roll that back around, your question about like a use case for that, there's a lot of shops that have very bespoke, very like customized, tailored account portals, I guess you could say, where it's like they have all this customer information laid out. They maybe have like a rewards loyalty program, and that's just not all possible really with the new customer accounts.
There are other ways to do it.
It's getting closer. Shopify's been releasing more and more updates. More and more apps are starting to accommodate for this. So we are seeing more and more app compatibility. We're seeing Shopify, releasing more features, but there's a gap and people can't really move to the new system yet. Shopify is releasing new features. For example, there's a store credit feature where, like, if you're returning an item, for example, instead of refunding someone, you can give them store credit so they can buy something else.
Only available.
Right. Yeah, only available with the new customer accounts. There's some gaps there. We're still waiting. Haven't heard a lot. But yeah, you pointed out this was a Twitter post. Or sorry, an X post.
Yes, January 15th. So recent news here.
Yeah, there's little piece of information floating out there, little rumors coming around that maybe legacy accounts is going away sooner than later. I'm curious to see how that all goes.
It's really funny to watch Shopify because they'll announce something, nothing will happen, and then all of a sudden, boom! It just seems that way. Or they'll announce something and then they'll pivot behind the scenes, and we don't know, or we're not privy to those conversations. So we're going to keep our ears to the rails on that and update you. If you're a merchant and you're wondering, should I be on legacy customer accounts? Probably not. The majority of the use cases are going to be new customer accounts. And like Brett said, there are some amazing features that are just for new customer accounts. They're really trying to phase this out. So don't put your store in that position unless you absolutely have to. Just to let you all know that the head of customer accounts at Shopify is tweeting out that it's going to be a big year and legacy customer accounts might be going away. Now you know.
Yeah, so something to keep in mind. If you can, get over to new when you can. Personally, I'll say I wouldn't be that surprised if legacy sticks around for a while longer. We've seen this sometimes in the past with Shopify. A recent example is checkout customization. For a long time, there was something called checkout.liquid that Plus shops could shops on the Shopify Plus plan, they could go and access the checkout.liquid file directly in their theme, kind of like a legacy customer account system where it's built into the theme and they could do whatever they want. That was being deprecated. They were getting rid of it and wanting everyone to move to this new thing. The deadline for that got extended a couple times because, not everyone was doing it. Not everything was possible in the new system, and there was a lot of pushback, I think. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see that with kind of the similar situation with customer accounts. But
I'm curious if they just do legacy customer accounts for Plus merchants, if they just clamp it down unless you're
if you want to stay on this only for the high payers.
That would make sense to me because you're absolutely right. The high payers are the ones that can throw their elbows out and say no thank you, and Shopify
I don't know.
It feels like that.
We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know.
Curious to see what shakes out there.